Hello everyone, it's Anna. Short introduction about me. I am a former cabin crew member with 5 years of experience in customer service and also 5 years of experience in aviation industry. So, for 10 years in total, I have been gathering knowledge about hospitality, and now I'm happy to share it with you. Aviation was my favorite job, and now aviation is one of my favorite hobbies. I watch movies on this topic, I read news and articles. I started to write my aviation diary after my first solo flight, and I'm still working on it. Because there are so many stories to put on paper. Hopefully one day I will publish a book about this amazing industry and adventurous cabin crew job. In today's video I want to share my experience of interview with world-leading airline Qatar Airways. I would like to highlight that I was really lucky to have friendly and relaxed atmosphere during the whole interview process. I heard many stories that recruiters were strict, the atmosphere was tough, and so on. But I think that is exception to the rules. The interview process has to be fun, it has to be stress-free. I decided that I wouldn't make any assumptions about recruiters, even if they weren't friendly or smiling. They are professionals, they know how to select people, and I always give my best in any situation. For Qatar Airways, there are two types of interview: open day and assessment day. Now, on their official website, they use different terminology. They have walk-in recruitment and they have just recruitment. Walk-in recruitment or open day. You can visit interview without prior registration. You just check the date, you check timing, you check a venue, and you come. A recruitment or assessment day. To attend the interview, you have to register online or with partnering company. I had my interview at the end of 2016, and in 2017 I successfully joined the company. We had recruiters from Poland, two really nice ladies. So, first day, open day, walk-in recruitment. Participants could attend the event anytime from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I don't know why, but the majority think that it's important to come early in the morning on the open day. It's not true. You can arrive at any time convenient for you within the given time frame. For me, it was more convenient to go for an interview in the afternoon. And as I expected, there were only a few people at that time. Later, I found out that in the morning it was quite crowded. I arrived at the hotel, I checked the directions with reception, and with my beautiful smile, I entered the room to meet the recruiters. They were sitting at different tables, so I had to approach one of them, and I went to the lady on the right side. I greeted the recruiter, she greeted me, and she asked me to give her my CV, photos and passport copy. I gave it, she took it, and she quickly looked through it. Then she asked me first question: Anna, what is your current job? I heard stories that some people, when they hear this question, they sometimes say that it's there on my CV, or it's mentioned on my CV, or as it mentioned on my CV, my current job is... I don't recommend doing that. Recruiters ask questions with a purpose. If they ask, you have to reply. Don't use that phrase that it's there, it's mentioned, it's written. You have the question, you have to answer. So I answered the question, I told her about my job and about company. Then she asked me second question. Why do you want to be a cabin crew? Quite typical question. But I was so happy to hear it. It was my favorite question. It was really my favorite question because I think when I decided to become cabin crew, it was the first question that I prepared the answer. Exactly for that question, I'm sure that I prepared the best answer ever. And I was shining while answering it. And the recruiter, she smiled and she gave me paper. She said, "Anna, this is your invitation for tomorrow." I said thank you and I left. At that point, I was confident that I did everything right. I have a tip for you about answering recruiters' questions. Your answer always has to be up to the point, not just talk for talk. Recruiters, they pay attention how you speak, what you say, how you hold yourself, your facial expression, your body language. So after my first day, I felt that I did everything right. I made a great first impression, and now I need to do exactly the same for the second day. The second day, the interview started 9 a.m. sharp. I arrived 40 minutes earlier and there already were a few people. I wanted to make some connections and I wanted to get to know my future colleagues. And I hope that you noticed that I said my future colleagues. It's important. Don't consider other participants as your competitors. They are your future colleagues. Try to think that way. It will make your interview much more easier. By 9 a.m., everybody arrived and we had approximately 100 people in total. All candidates were perfectly dressed and well groomed. And also I wanted to highlight that candidates who arrived late, they were eliminated at some point. So 9 a.m. We were invited to big conference room and the interview process has started. The first interview stage was English test. Easy and simple. We had to write a short essay on the given topic, to read a text and to put in missing words, grammar test and also math test. To finish all the tasks, we had 40 minutes. After the test, we were given a half an hour break and recruiters were checking our results. After the break, we had elimination process. Recruiters announced the numbers of participants who passed. Second stage. One by one, we had to enter the room. We were asked to remove the shoes and to reach 212 centimeters mark on the wall. After that, we had to sit in front of one of the recruiters. They were asking us about tattoos and about scars. And then we had to take one piece of paper from the table with the question. We had to read it and we had to answer it. My question was, your role model. I answered, recruiter thanked me and I exited the room. Again, we had elimination process. Some participants were eliminated because they had tattoos. Some were eliminated because they couldn't answer the question, and some unfortunately were eliminated because they couldn't reach 212 centimeters mark. Next stage, group task. All remaining participants were divided into 3 groups, approximately 13 people in each group. All the groups were given the same task. Aircraft crash. We had to take 7 objects from the plane to take with us for survival. We had to discuss it with each other and we had to present our decision. During the task, recruiters walked around us. they were observing us and they were making notes. In this task, you have to be careful. You have to completely dive into the group activity. Don't look at recruiters, concentrate only on your group. Your behavior matters. You have to show how you interact with the group members. Listen to others, discuss, propose your ideas, and don't interrupt. Try to imagine that you and your colleagues are having pre-flight briefing. After the task, again, elimination process. Approximately 30 participants made it to the final interview. I think it's a big number because most often it's only 5 to 10 people who can make it to the final stage. Before the final interview, we were shown the presentation about Qatar Airways, about Qatar. We got details about the job, about salary, company awards, and news. We also were given some documents to fill in. So finally, the final stage, one-on-one with one of the recruiters. Me and recruiter, we had small talk, and then she asked me more details about my current job, and then she asked me one question about any situation from my experience about dealing with a difficult customer. My advice to you: prepare in advance several examples about dealing with customers. It can be upset customer, it can be difficult customer, it can be demanding customer, all those really annoying situations from your past experience. Recruiters love to ask those types of questions. By 4 p.m. we finished the interview. We were told that we would receive our results in 1 week. Regret letter or congratulations letter. I received my congratulations letter in 2 days. I jumped on bed from happiness. It was the best news of the morning. I also wanted to say that it can help to program yourself for success. Don't even think that you can fail. Positive affirmations work if you do them constantly. I think that's it. I hope my story was useful for you. If you have questions, you can write them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. And I wish all of you one day to become cabin crew members, to join the world of aviation, and to travel the world having the best office view ever.